Hi, and welcome to Cenario, your partner in mental wellness. Here on our channel, we share educational, insightful, and science-backed content to help you understand your mental health and take meaningful steps toward a more balanced life. If you're ready to learn, grow, and take control of your wellness journey, let's jump right in.
All right, let's get into it. Today, we're talking about something that's on the minds of so many caregivers: childhood behavioral disorders. We're going to break it all down and give you a really clear roadmap for understanding what's going on, and most importantly, how to build a plan that actually helps. You know, this is the question, right? Every parent, every caregiver has been there looking at some challenging behavior and wondering, is this just a phase they'll grow out of, or is it something more? It can be a really tough spot to be in. So let's dig in and try to get some answers. Okay, first things first, we have to figure out where that line is. What makes something a behavioral disorder versus, just the usual ups and downs of being a kid? So look at the words right here. Persistent pattern. That's the whole ballgame. We're not talking about an off day or a meltdown in the grocery store. Happens to the best of us. No, we're talking about behaviors that stick around week after week and really get in the way of things. Learning, family harmony, making friends. It's something that causes real distress for them and for you. Okay, so what does this pattern actually look like? Well, think about things like ongoing trouble with focus or being super hyperactive. Maybe it's repeated big temper outbursts and just defiance or aggression towards others. Even something like really struggling to keep friends. The big thing is, if you're trying consistent discipline and nothing seems to change, that's a huge sign. It's not about one of these things happening once. It's about them happening over and over across different places like at home and at school. And spotting these patterns early, man, it can make all the difference in the world. It can literally change the entire trajectory for a child. Let's look at why. Just look at the difference here. It's night and day. When you wait, when things get delayed, problems just stack on top of each other. It's all guesswork and frustration, and it puts a huge strain on everyone. But if you can identify it early, boom, you get access to support, you get a clear plan, you're actually building skills that will last a lifetime. You're moving from a place of just reacting to crisis after crisis to proactively building a better future. Okay, so let's say you're seeing some of these patterns. You're concerned. What now? What is getting from I'm worried to I know what we're dealing with actually involve? Let's walk through that path. This right here is so important. This isn't a one-person job. You see one side of your child at home. Their teacher sees a completely different side in a classroom of 20 kids. A doctor brings in the medical piece. None of you have the whole puzzle. Effective care means putting all those puzzle pieces together. So when we say evaluation, what are we actually talking about? Well, it's a few things. You'll probably see some rating scales, checklists for you and the teachers to fill out. They'll want to do some direct observation, maybe in the clinic or even at school. They're going to look at school records, do some interviews, and this is key, they'll do a medical review to rule out other stuff. Because you've got to make sure it's not something like a hearing problem or a sleep disorder that's actually causing the behavior. And getting that diagnosis right is everything. Why? Because there is no one-size-fits-all solution here. What works for one disorder can be completely wrong for another. So let's look at a few common ones. First up, ADHD. Now, the thing to get about ADHD is that it's neurodevelopmental. It's about brain wiring. It's not a choice. It's not a discipline issue. The brain's manager, the part that handles focus and impulse control, it just works differently. And because the challenge is internal, the solution has to be external. That means building tons of structure, solid routines, and getting the right supports in place at school. Next, let's talk about ODD. The name kind of says it all. It's this ongoing pattern of anger, arguing, and just defying authority. It can feel like you're in a constant power struggle, right? What's interesting is that the main treatment here often isn't focused on the child, it's focused on the parents. Parent management training gives you the tools to be super consistent, to de-escalate those blow-ups, and to break that cycle of conflict. Then we have conduct disorder, which is, well, it's a step up in severity. We're talking about a really serious pattern of behavior that violates the rights of others or breaks major rules. Things like aggression, destroying property, serious stuff. And because it's more severe, the treatment has to be more intensive. It's not just one thing, it's a whole wraparound approach with family therapy, school interventions, the whole 9 yards. Okay, so you've got a diagnosis. Now you need a team. Let's talk about who needs to be on it. Think of this as your mission control. You, the parents or caregivers, are the team captains. Then you've got your teachers and school counselors who are on the front lines every day. Your pediatrician is covering the medical base, and your mental health pro is the strategist. The only way you win is if everyone is talking to each other, sharing information, and working toward the exact same goals. All right, let's talk about working with this school, because this is huge. And here's the secret. Keep it simple. Don't walk in with a laundry list of 20 problems. Meet with them, give them a quick, clear summary of what's going on, and pick one, maybe two concrete goals to work on. Then figure out a super easy way to stay in touch, like a quick weekly note. Simple, focused, and actionable. That's what works. Okay, diagnosis, check. Team, check. Now for the most important part, turning all this talk into an actual plan you can use every single day. Look, this whole process can feel overwhelming, right? That's why a roadmap like this 90-day plan is a game changer. It breaks it down into bite-sized chunks. The first couple of weeks, you're just getting a baseline, gathering info. Then you start putting strategies into place. A few weeks later, maybe therapy starts. And at the end, you review everything with real data. It takes the guesswork out and makes you feel like you're actually in control and moving forward. So, what's the big takeaway from all of this? It's that you don't have to live in that world of frustration and just guessing what to do next. This whole thing is about getting to a place of clarity and empowerment. A structured, team-based plan is your key to getting there. It's what gives you and your child hope and a real path to success. So, I'll leave you with this question. Now that you have this roadmap, what's your first step? It doesn't have to be huge. What's one small thing you can do this week to start moving towards a clearer plan? Just think about that.
Thank you for watching Cenario. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. For personalized mental wellness supplements, visit Cenario.com. See you in the next one.